everybody, Angel back here does another video, and today I'm going to talk about Born into Fear. It's lovely to be back based on what I did in the last video, and exactly in the last video did I say something about talking about Born into Fear. Born into Fear is a horror game that I got to play last year and did not make any kind of update about it, didn't make any kind of video about it despite me wanting to sit down and talk about it. I should have saved the audio clips because that came out crystal clear, but not the actual vis- ah, visual footage. I can't speak today. I'm having a time with speaking, so it's being a pain in the ass with trying to say what I want to. So please bear with me, and especially with the audio issues, as you hear with the little ticks and everything else. So, I'm trying to slowly get that sorted out. I had to download like 5 different audio things to fix it, apparently, and I don't want to go through and have to set it and then be trial and erroring this for at least another like 2 weeks on top of it because of the time I have. Um, Speaking of time, is already 1:30. If this comes out late, I am sorry. And I have an assignment due tonight. Actually, I have a few assignments due tonight. Um, that's fun. That delightful as always. But besides that, Born in Fear where you go to this neighborhood, you're assigned a mission. Because I had a time a little bit before this trying to say agent. Um, but you go to this abandoned neighborhood, try to find out what's going on there. You can be straightforward and just do your mission and be done. Or you can go in there and try to figure out what exactly happened. What happened there for this to end the way it is, where it is infested with mannequins, where you have the tiny ones, you have the ones that are larger and roam the streets. You have the ones that haunt the houses, and it's not all the houses, some of them are haunted by them. So you can figure that out. You can have tidbits of the story, you can have the full story. That's entirely up to you. And then on top of that, there's even an additional secret or two. You have another ending you can get on top of the fact of if you just explore the basement that is mysteriously under the town, that you can actually find out some more information and along with a few more scares. So, without further ado with this, some of the houses, like I said, house different mannequins, or they house mannequins but different ones. Each of them you will interact with will be different and solely to that house. So there is one that is green and she has eyes. I want to say like cross eyes. Um she stays in one of the houses. Her scares are unique to her. So each of them are different. Some of them have similar tactics of scaring you, but each of them have different scares on how to scare you. And so you're having to go between these houses, figure out which one you need to go to eventually disable the barrier that's around the last house. And if I haven't said it, this spoils a lot of the game. Sorry about that. I would already have text in here, hopefully, about it. Um, Other than that, you disable the barrier and then you go in to kill the buffer named Sally, or supposedly named Sally. So I will say you have 3 endings. The nope the hell out, the and I'm not flipping y'all off, it's just how I'm doing the fingers. Um the I will do the mission and be done, or the hey, how about I let you live? I will tell you this, I done both endings, that no problem with it. That last ending, it was a problem because of the fact that you had to look for an object, and for you to find that object, based on other versions, or I say other versions, a previous update in the game, or the latest update in the game has the object moved. The previous version of it has where the object is within most of the videos I've seen. So I'm looking for this magical object. Find out it is far up to the right, instead of beside the other thing, which I thought was nice that they had it beside it. Throw one in my game and saw it's not there. It doesn't exist. Um, then I had to deal with finding out I had to do anything extra for it to work. No, I just pretty much went about the same route as I'd done the first time, and pretty much was just like, okay, so I don't have to interact with anything extra. I don't have which I already went through, done all the basement section. I'd done the houses and all, and it's cool because you actually get to talk to this mannequin, by the way. All the other ones just straightforward with trying to scare or kill you. Um, this one you're actually able to talk to, so you can ask a few questions and kind of figure out what you want to do choice wise on how you want to go through with one ending or the second ending. And it threw me off with having the choice thing kind of moved because again, one of them's on one side, the other one is far off on the opposite side. You can't see it until you're actively looking for it. You don't even know what you're looking for until you look in the videos and be like, oh, this is what I probably need to interact with to do this other ending. And I just think it was clearer to have them like beside each other or have one there and then one on the floor. Would have made better sense in my opinion, but sadly that's not the case. um, but I liked it because of the fact I took a break from horror games. So sorry, that's my phone. I thought I had it muted. I did not. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for that. I'm usually good about that. The reason why I didn't have it muted is because I didn't think about it. I've had issues with Steam. So sorry to sidetrack. I had issues with Steam yesterday. If I don't know how many of you are bothered. I had where I would have lag spikes, which wouldn't happen in the usual games. Phasmo, I'd have like a lag spike every now and then, but it's very rare for that to happen. Significant audio issues I've had with it. Um, Tried Prop Hunter, so two issues. Like I'm not trying to flip you off, please. YouTube, I'm not doing this. I'm sorry. I'm not doing anything bad, I promise. I gotta think about this and I just don't. So I had like two problems in one game, one problem in another game, which is Prop Hunter. Um, I done the verifying the files. I done where all of it downloaded. And it's like, hey, sign into Steam. Hey, I am signed into Steam. So is there a way for me like to tether my Steam account then? Because every time I try to play it, then it decides you need to log into Steam and then just shuts everything down. Um, and I hate that because then it goes to where I'm not able to do anything. I can't access anything in the game to try and see if there's something there I can do. It's just solely if I can find anything on Steam. I uninstalled, reinstalled, same issues. I would get kicked so many times from one server that I joined in because I was playing with some friends. And yeah, let me tell you, if I was recording that, that would just be technical issues. That would just be technical issues for Prop Hunter. Fun game. Um, if you don't know about how I am when it comes to some of the games, I don't for prop hunt. I just don't imagine myself sitting there for like a long time and trying to hide and give hints. I'm literally the one that's chasing the hunters or like just screwing around because why not? And that's exactly what I did, and especially because I kept getting kicked, I just kept using the same prop at that point because I just gave up with it. And like I used like two other props, still got kicked, so it don't matter. I just stuck with the same one, which is like a whiskey bottle. That was fun. But other than that, I just kind of hope that gets resolved. I was hoping the Steam issues would kind of fix itself first because there was some stuff going on like what was it, down detector. Um, and Steam was having a spike in problems. So I was gonna wait till that goes down maybe to try and re-download it, see if it works. Otherwise, I guess I'm gonna be trying to reach out to them and see if or say reach out to them, say something about it, and try and see if they can figure that out with any kind of information I can give them, which hopefully I can help with that. Um, Other than that, going back into Born into Fear, I said those three endings. There's the barrier thing. I'm trying to figure out where I am because I genuinely did forget. And on top of that, oh, so I took a break from horror games. So going into another horror game, this one was great. I saw like little bits of it on TikTok, and I'm like, what the hell is that kind of thing? Because you'll see it in trailer if you watch the trailer. It's like this mannequin like back bends and just full speed cuts in front of you and goes up some stairs or like goes through a door that's beside the stairs. And I'm sitting there like, what the hell is that? That is Speedy. What is that? And I was like, I'm gonna get this game. I'm not gonna watch anymore. I'm gonna get this game. And I'm glad I did. It has some, to me, it has good scares. And I'd recommend it for other people who are interested in horror games, especially if you want one that's kind of different from some of them. Um, it doesn't give you jump scares necessarily, but it does, however, give some decent scares, in my opinion. Um, some of them I haven't seen those kinds of scares in a while because there's like a few other games that had some kind of similar to it, but not story wise. Story wise is not the same. But you was able to just kind of figure out how different each of the houses are. Like I said, some of them have different scares, but most of them, or I say most of them, about half the houses you actually interact with have a mannequin in it. The other half has more stuff related to story. Some of the ones with mannequins in them can have like a tad bit for the story to contribute to it. But for the most part, for the ones that don't have a mannequin, you're going to find more story there. So it's kind of like a rest point, essentially. But that doesn't mean necessarily you're safe. That means you're still being watched. Something is constantly watching you, and you'll find out what it is if you play the game. But other than that, um, I I really liked it. I wanted to talk about it for a while, and it's been a bit since I played it, so my memory's a little bit rusty because it's like 3 months in, three and about half at this point for March, um, which is coming closer than what I would like to for the end of it. Um, the reason why I say that is my birthday is coming up. I don't look forward to my birthday. I haven't looked forward to my birthday in years. Um, I'm not gonna go really into depth about that until like sometime later when I feel comfortable in sharing. But for right now, I wanted to at least go over this because I was um I was wanting to go over this for a while and just never got to, and it sucked that. And I'm sorry I'm popping my fingers, so please don't mind me doing that. But I hadn't been able to, and then of course with everything in December where I just like poofed without any kind of word, any kind of anything. And then I'm like, okay, if I don't get back into recording again, I probably won't come back. So it's either now or never kind of thing. And on top of it, I don't want to leave y'all. I really do not want to leave y'all, and I'm surprised because there's a thing called the algorithm. I'm pretty sure y'all know about this. Um, YouTube doesn't push my stuff. Well, they pushed off like Dinos Align, that game I used to play. Um, they push that. They'll push out shorts. They do not push out community posts. They do not push out my normal videos. Uh, the last video I done where I said I was returning, they ended up pushing that, and I wasn't expecting it, and I still don't know how to react to that because I figured maybe only like 5 to 10 people will watch it at most, and probably one of them would leave a like on it, kind of thing. But I wasn't expecting it to be the way it is, which I'm glad it's been pushed, but I wasn't expecting that, so I don't know how to feel about it. But for the most part, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm wanting to do for the channel so that way y'all can get more content, and that way I'm able to kind of sit here and figure out what y'all want to do. I still plan on returning to games. I just figured it'd be nice to maybe 1 or 2 videos sit down and just kind of talk and figure out from there how I want to approach it. It's getting a little rough right now with classes, but I'm trying to do what I can to stay on top of it. One that I have a group project in. I hate it. I like the group that I'm with. I hope I can stay in that group. I hate the professor because he's not helping at all. So I figured I'll vent just a tad about that. Um, So, and I might as well include it anyways, so just as a little extra. So, with this professor, I've already had him for like 2 years ago and one of my other semesters. I'm not going to go into specifics, but it is an IT class. I will say he was an asshole. He still is an asshole, apparently. Um, I've tried to talk to him last semester and figure out what to do. He just wasn't helpful. I had someone else in the class be able to help me with passing that class, and I was so glad. Um, the person gave me a Steam Deck, which was interesting to be able to do the assignments on. And yes, I did return it. I did not break it or anything, which I was too terrified that I would actually break it. Because if it's something like that, and I have my own consoles, I'm terrified that if, let's say, someone else gave me a 360 to borrow over a weekend for like an Xbox 360, I'd be terrified on breaking it. I already have an Xbox 360. I'm more like, okay, it's my console. I can kind of just do what the hell I want. I care for my consoles. I'm gentle with them. However, if it's someone else's stuff, I'm terrified. That's always how I've been for that. So I don't know if it's just a me thing. I don't know if any of you experience that. But and sorry about not keeping eye contact. I look around the room very often at this point. But too, because I don't like just staring into the camera because it's like I'm staring into your souls, like, hey, I'm gonna eat your souls real quick, kind of thing. But I wanted to at least expand a little bit more on that. Is I have that same professor that I have been avoiding for this one class. It's a half semester class. Um, yeah, I don't like it. It was a loud car as well, so I don't know if it picked up or not. That's why I glanced away for that. Um, This professor will not answer emails in a timely manner. I'm panicked. No one. So we had to form our own groups, and I mean like our own because the professor was no help. I finally get a group in because no one's responding to my initial post. I didn't reach out entirely at that time. However, I did reach out to one person waiting on any kind of response from them. They never responded. Then I ended up because someone emailed me. So I'm like, okay, I'll just make my own group with this person, figure out who else wants to join. Um, got a full group. However, there was like two other people that were struggling on finding a group, and I'm like, hey, I'm more than willing to add them. If they can't get into another group, I'm willing to take them in. I don't mind. Um, so this professor finally, after a good bit of emailing him, decided to respond and say, hey, I only want 3 to 4 members. Understandable. I still said I'm willing to take them in if they need another group or if you're able or if you're unable to get them into a group of 3 to 4 and it needs to be like 5 to 6. I'm willing to still take them in. I don't mind. And then he turns around today, despite me saying the exact information of team members and the team name to him from the sample assignment, and saying it already in the email when I first introduced what's going on with the problem. Like he's like, "Oh yeah, email me this," and so I sent him the email again with the same information I put of the team name and group members, and didn't get a response. So I'm like, you know what? Let me change the title and then send the same information in the email again because he's picky on titles, despite how I label the emails in my classes with what course they are, maybe the course number. Um, Typically is not as complicated. He made his a little bit more complicated. I don't like that because it makes it already lengthy with just that before you can even list any kind of what your problem is within the subject line. So it already makes it lengthy. So if you just see it, you're not gonna be able to see what the problem is. And if you even see even 1 word, maybe 2 words of the problem, you're still not gonna be able to tell what's going on. So there's that. So I'm waiting on any kind of response for him to verify the team because I've already sent the information in 2 other places, so 2, and all of a sudden he's ignorant of it because he already lists every other team name he sees, despite me posting mine. And on top of that, emailing him at least 2 times already beforehand about my team name and the group members we already have. So you think he'd include us in that list, but he didn't. And then he's like, y'all had to reach out. So either A, he has a problem against me specifically, or B, he just does not like. I like to say he doesn't like people, but I think in specifics, I don't think he likes women. I'm being honest. Because he just does not take any kind of time to respond. He waits for the longest time to respond, so I'm stressed out. And then for a lot of the male students that I know of, I would ask them, hey, can you just email him for me? Just act like it's your own question. Because he'll answer them like that. He doesn't answer me. So there's that fun part. And I hate it, but that's what sadly is the only way to get around that. So, other than that, that's my current issue with that class. Other than that, I'm just trying to get through a lot of my coding classes. One of them I'm struggling a little bit because I'm just a tad bit behind, but I'm trying to do what I can to get caught up, be done. But after this, I have to do a JavaScript assignment. So I gotta get done with this, and I'm already gonna be late because I have to edit this as well. So again, I'm sorry for being late, but I did promise you I try to upload today. So without further ado, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I already told you about how I recommend this game. I love Born into Fear. I love horror games. It has a lot of good scares. Um, I'll say every now and then is not lag. But every now and then I will break the game because apparently I have an innate skill to break stuff. Typically video games. I broke Subnautica so many times. I broke Ori and the Blind Forest. I broke Ori and Will of the Wisp. I broke Perfection. And that's just some of them. That's like 4 of them right there that I can just say that I broke. I broke FNAF. I somehow was able to get 2 of the jump scares at one time, so it flipped between the 2 when I got jump scared by both, and it was just the weirdest thing. Um, but I don't know how I could try to replicate that so I can get it on recording for y'all to see that because it was not recorded. Um, I would love to do that though. That'd be interesting. I'm trying to replicate it. But other than that, I know it's just I'm gonna say those 4 right now that I can say with full confidence I broke in some way that I would have to reload the game to fix it. Ori and Will of the Wisps kind of fixed it itself. The Blind Forest, I had the same issue of getting stuck in like the platforms inside of them or inside the walls. And then it would just actually shoot me out. But there was one time I got stuck in there. I had to reload the save, and pretty much I think Will of the Wisps got it sorted out with the little dark area. So you just died to the darkness. So it ain't too bad. Subnautica, I've had to reload that so many times to get that fixed, but I can tell you, I have fully burnt that game so many times, and I love that game. I'm still gonna play it on channel, so hopefully I get that sorted. And I think with Born in Fear, it has like some flaws. Some people don't think it's entertaining enough. Some people have some issues with it in general. I just think it's a nice game. However, I would like to hear opinions. If you have experienced it, if you have some kind of takes on it that I haven't kind of targeted in here, um I think it's nice because it kind of keeps you on your toes. And when you think you go to a house, you kind of have to be like, okay, is it a safe house? Or if you're being chased from the mannequins out in the street, you're like, I don't care what house, let me get in. And then you just get jump scared immediately. And while I say it's not like a full on jump scare, like right up to the camera kind of thing, you're still scared by it. Because, I mean, it just like poofed there. So it can still get you. Um, Other than that, it is a great game to play at night, all lights off kind of thing. It is relatively dark in the game, to give you that much. But other than that, I think it's nice to play. So, I think that covers it all. I know I might have rushed through it. I did not keep a sticky note on it this time, so I'm not kind of able to go through everything that I want to, but I think I kind of hit the points I want for it. I think I gave you a tad bit on one of the college problems I'm facing currently. And then I gave you some example of games that I broke. If I can just have like clips of it play right now, it'd be amazing. But I don't have any clips, especially for Subnautica since I played on the Xbox One over there. Um, and I'm planning on playing it on here. So if I break it within the series, maybe you'll be able to see it if I can get over the lag issue, because that's an OBS. That's not even through Subnautica. Subnautica runs flawless. Um, OBS has the problem, so I gotta figure that out. Which is why I put a pause on it. But other than that, I know what games I'm tackling. I have a few that's saved. I have them in their own category on Steam, so that way I can try and get those sorted out and started. But other than that, I think that's all I can cover. I'm going to edit this and get this up as soon as I can. So, sorry about it being late, but like I said, I'm trying to get back to a swing of it. It may take me just a little bit of time on getting back into everything, but without further ado, I'm glad to be back, and hopefully you enjoy this. If you do, please feel free to leave a like, feel free to leave a comment, whether it's something related to the video, or feel free if it's something entirely different, or if it's a suggestion. I love reading the comments. Also, feel free, if you like to, feel free to subscribe for more content. If it's like sit-down videos, if it's like games you want me to sit down and play, for any live streams. I tried live stream a little bit, so that way I'm able to sit here and get y'all caught up to speed on what's happened with me, or I have to yawn too and it's not working. I hate yawning so much because of how annoyingly obsessive it is. Every time I record, it doesn't matter what I do, I yawn. There's nothing I can do about it, and I hate it. And then I feel bad about it after, so I try to cut them out, but it doesn't work. So I'm pretty much gonna leave this unedited for the most part, but at the same time, um, please feel free if you want to subscribe for any and all of that. I also try to utilize the posts within the channel, so if it seems like it's getting close to time, I try to post maybe an hour, maybe like probably 30 minutes to 2 hours ahead of time if I'm just not able to post or do anything. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Um, and I try to do what I can with keeping attention to everything. So I'm sorry if I'm kind of like there and not there at the same time. But please make sure you are taking care of yourselves. Make sure you eat. Make sure you drink water. Make sure you're taking your medicine as directed and as intended. And without further ado, make sure that you are giving yourself time to just kind of sit down, relax, give yourself time just kind of chill out. And I think that is all. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm eager to see how this unfolds this year, and hopefully all for the better, and not for me going radio silent again, because I still feel bad about that. So thank you all so much for watching, and catch you next time. Bye.